Welcome to Golden Age Gear.
That's right. It's another week. And this week, we are looking at the Unobtanium pedals from our good friends over at Crazy Tube Circuits. I believe they're in Greece, in Europe. So these are some really cool pedals that I have. I've got two different versions. I actually don't know what they call the normal version. I know this one's called the raw version. And I only learned that there's actually a difference between these two this past week. I met a dude from Winnipeg here who bought my Eventide H9 pedal from me. And anyway, he said he was looking for one. I said, well, I have two of them. I don't even know the difference. And he was like, well, one has like OG germanium diodes in it, and the other one does not. So
love me some OG germanium diodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know what they are, so the Unobtainium is essentially the right side of the pedal is a Klon circuit, and the left side of the pedal is a Dumble circuit. And the Dumble circuit, it's got a switch on it to go between a steel string singer and an overdrive special. Hopefully we don't get sued by Dumble for telling everybody that it's a Dumble pedal, but...
D-style.
D-style.
D-style pedal.
D-circuit. Like D's nuts, but D-circuit.
It's D's ones and dat ones.
But very cool pedals. Yeah, I picked them up. I think I got these from Sean, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I played one for the first time at the Duesenberg office in Hanover, and rookie
move. Let my phone sit on the pedals.
Yeah, it turns out if you sit your phone right on the gate pedal, the gate doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I was checking out actually the first prototype for the Bros Landreth Artist Alliance guitars.
Yes.
And they had one of these on their sort of test pedal board, and I loved it. And as we were leaving, Ingo from Duesenberg handed me a box and gave me one. So I guess they must have had a stack of them there.
Cool.
And it's fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of pedals out there that are trying to do what this thing does. I can't say that it's like a convincing Dumble or not.
Right.
Nothing really is. I mean, the Universal Audio Enigmatic is pretty great, but nothing is going to actually be a Dumble. But does this kind of impart that sort of mid-forward, sort of high saturation? Totally. And it gives you the vibe. And I think the Klon side is pretty cool too. I mean, you and I have sort of pledged our allegiance to a certain Dane,
yes,
who builds some great Klons. But this thing is really cool.
Yeah, I can't remember when I first met Christos from Crazy Tube Circuits. It's got to be 3 or more years ago. They use amps of ours at NAMM, and like he's given me pedals, you know, whatever they were releasing in and around NAMM, just as a thank you because we lent them amps for the show. And I gotta say, I think everything I've played from him I have thought has sounded really great. So I don't know, you guys can let us know in the comments if you guys are into the Crazy Tube Circuit stuff and what pedals you guys have from them. Because I've got a bunch of them. I've got that Motherload pedal. Got that new, I think it's the White Whale. It's the reverb tremolo
but it has
thing.
a real spring in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try that thing.
Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah, we'll get that on here at some point too. But yeah, so let us know in the comments, if you guys are into Crazy Tube Circuits. Also, another fun one for you guys, let us know about any other kind of pedals that are, you know, in your part of whatever part of the world that you're in that we might not know about. Because I'm always looking for, like, what's a new brand that I've never heard of?
Yeah.
And something cool to check out. But for today, I thought it'd be cool to do the comparison between these two because also I didn't know the difference between them when I think his name was Steve was over here. Yeah, so we've got the Unobtainium Raw and then the regular one, and we've got the little switch, which I have this hooked up to the original one or whatever you call this, the beige one. This is just a switch between the Overdrive Special and the Steel String Singer.
Cool.
Side on it. So I mean, I don't know if you really need it or not, but let's dig in. And
which one were we hearing when I was playing at the beginning? Was that the Raw or was that the OG?
I think I had the OG on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why don't we...
I don't remember. so they'll see when I held them up which one it was.
Which one was on?
But we were just using the
Tell
double
us
side,
in the
not
comment
Klon.
section below which one we were using.
Super organized here. Pay a lot of attention.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't we play through it and check out both sides and then sort of compare
stack them and
yeah.
So what do you want to start with first? You want to try like just this, see what the tones are like, or do you want to just go straight to comparing the two?
Why don't we dial in a sound on the Unobtainium OG?
Yep.
And then dial in the same sound on the raw and sort of see. So start with one channel on the left side.
If you could just have one wish, only one thing in the world that you could get, what would it be?
I'd love to be able to breathe underwater, but second to that would be to have people subscribe.
Okay, cool. You can do that below.
Decidedly very Klon-y, you know?
Yes.
What would somebody
I don't hear a huge difference between the stock and the mod setting as I'm flipping it. So, internet, correct us about what it's doing. I believe it's just switching through different types of diodes for this. I think you can get silicone on one and then germanium on the other. But I honestly, do you hear a big difference?
It's more of a feel thing. Like, flip them again. Never mind, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, both of them. Like, it sounds great.
Yeah.
You want more or less gain?
I like that.
Okay. All right. So I just gave you a little bit more gain. I turned it down. We are also using mics on the Joey Landreth D25 today. Woohoo! So that we don't have to use in-ears. But that also means it is fucking loud. Which is fun, but yeah. And I have the buffer engaged. Does it matter in true bypass?
Probably got more to do with when it's off, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Who cares?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. So now let's check that versus the OG. Or sorry, versus the raw. Okay, so you play and I'll switch while you're playing.
The raw is cool.
Go turn your volume back up. I just want to see. This sounds crisper to me.
It's got a little more top end, but the compression on the front of the note is a little more. It's a little squishier, which is super fun, especially like for sort of playing with your fingers or playing slide. Like, yeah, I think. I mean, they both sound great, but there is something really cool going on with the raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dumble. Honestly, it sounds fantastic with everything at noon.
Yeah.
I left it on the steel string one at the end there because I do think that the steel string sounds better than the ODS, but it's very, very, very close.
They're pretty similar sounding, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I think I do know why. It's like totally a psychological thing, but I just always want for things to sound good when the knobs are at noon.
Yeah.
You know, and it was one of the things when I was working on the Golden Boy pedal with Jackson Audio, I was like, it's pretty bright. And Brad was like, we'll turn the treble down. I was like, but I don't want it to be bright when it's at noon.
Yes.
Which is totally stupid. But it's a thing. As a consumer, it's like I want 12 o'clock to be relatively neutral. You know what I mean? And so I like, and I mean, that's what whenever I walk up to a backline amp or someone else's stuff, the first thing I do is set everything to 12 o'clock and start there.
It's interesting that you said that because I was going to also ask the internet another question here. Dan designs all of our amps and everything so that noon is essentially, what do you call it? Unity, right? Like your unity volume is going to be at noon or as close as possible to unity at noon. And then you're supposed to either add or subtract from noon, right? Like on the EQ and gain and stuff. I mean, I guess gain is at 0, right? Like, but do you guys test your amps by turning everything off first? Because I know some people that they'll put all the knobs off and then they'll slowly start adding in things to taste. As if 0. Yeah, I'm the same. Everything but volume and gain starts at noon for me. Yeah. And actually, most of the time, gain actually starts at noon, to be honest. And then I pull that back, and volume's the only thing that I don't because I don't want to kill myself. Yeah. How do you guys test things? Because I'm a huge believer in the fact that whatever piece of gear somebody is designing has to sound like in today's market, you know, to plug the name of the show, we live in the golden age of gear. There is so much great stuff. It has to sound great right when you sit down with it. And almost every consumer I know is starting at noon. Yeah. So that first impression, you have to get kind of that like wow factor there and then just have things that are, you know, just slight adjustments for taste.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's compare it versus the...
I'll try to remember what I played.
Yeah,
and there's my clean tone. Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty freaking sick. I don't know that I would necessarily need to ever stack those. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're gonna.
Yeah, I might need to do that. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds really good.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
Godspeed.
So that's our clean tone for anybody who cares. So weird having an amp like at your ear that's on in here. All right, so all right. This sounds crisper to me.
Yeah.
I gotta get my volume pot on this guitar fixed. There's, I don't know what it is, if it's just in the top end, but do you hear that there's
a little more pick kind of.
Yeah. And it's not making it. But it doesn't make the attack feel better or seem like it's cutting through better. Do you know what I mean? Like this still cuts through the same amount. It's just different. Okay, I'm gonna try this side. Yeah. I actually prefer this one when you roll it back.
When you roll it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could dial. They're set pretty close to the same. You could dial back the gain a little bit. I mean, that actually is back just a hair. Let's see. What's interesting is this is less noisy to me than this now when it's when you're you know what I mean, and less toppy. They're that's annoying. They're both fantastic. Yeah.
Love them both.
Yeah. So
You get them both.
yeah, I had said that I might sell one, and now I'm not. Yeah, the stack together. It'll do.
What is that noise you're making?
It's my volume pot on here. I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I just took it in and had it set up, but I always forget when I take my stuff in, like everything that's actually wrong with it. I'm like, yeah, if you could, new strings and sand the neck a bit, and the input jack was screwed. Yeah. But I didn't bother to say that the volume pot was also borked and needs to be
borked.
Yeah.
Bork Simpson. Well, all in all, that's a cool little pedal.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Let's try like if we roll the gain off. Like let's see what the what the range of it is. Right? You want to play?
Yeah.
And I'll twist knobs. So this is gain off on the Klon side.
Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's pretty sweet.
Okay, Dumble-side gain off.
In an open tuning on this goofy little guitar. Yeah, it's pretty killer.
Yeah, it's got a great amount of range to it. I don't know what the emphasis knob does. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't actually learn how the pedals all actually work.
I feel like it's a low mid control.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Can you turn it while like?
Yeah.
Is it a blend? And it's only when you have the. Nah, I don't understand. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like saturation.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a cue for the tone. Oh, and then there's also there's like an effects loop built in, I guess.
Cool.
You'd have to read the manual to know where it's inserted, but my guess is in between the two, maybe? Or maybe it's yeah, it's got to be.
I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know when I would use that, but
read the manual.
Somebody would tell us when you would use that. Yeah, overall, I think it's great.
Thumbs up.
Both of them. Yeah. Can't go wrong if you can get either one of them. Terrible that I don't know where you can buy these, to be honest.
The internet.
Yeah, the internet. If you go to the Google machine, it'll probably tell you where you can pick up the Unobtanium from the Crazy Tube Circuits.
Yeah.
I'm sure all your normal, like, big pedal companies will have them. But, yeah, killer pedals. Check
overall, Eastfeld and Landreth give 2 high fives.
Done. All right.
Done and dusted there, buddy.
Thanks for hanging. And we'll be back on another episode with more dumb gear stuff. See you next time.